Warning! This video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? It's the Kokomo Press Podcast. I am Jordan Granger, and as always, I'm joined by the co-host with the most.
Oh. Hi, I'm here.
It's Jordan Bell, everybody.
Yes.
It's Jordan
Yes.
Bell.
Yes.
Jordan Bell. And today, for our special guest, we have a CD by Greg Garden that I broke. Look at that. I didn't even realize I broke that one. And then Narcan.
Breaking your own merch.
Narcan. I know, I broke my own merch. You know, if you're allowed to break any merch, it should be your own.
I mean, yeah. So it's the same rule as selling out. If you're going to sell out, you sell out for yourself.
Yeah, always sell out for yourself. Don't sell out for somebody else and then end up with, like, holding the bag. You want to end up with the bag in your possession, but you don't end up holding it. You know what I mean?
Take the bag and run.
Yeah, don't fumble the bag. Run with it.
Run.
You have to. It's one of these things. You have to hold with both hands. If you learned anything about when you played football when you were younger, like Pee-wee, grab and tuck, and you hold that shit on for dear life.
Yeah.
Don't be running around with the bag like this. That's how it gets.
Yeah. Wait, who's that? Any fucking football player in history that fumbled at the line.
Oh, yeah. Trying to extend and missed it.
Or one hand fucking,
Yeah. Or just drop. I hate the ones when they're running, and they're about to hit the end zone, and then they drop it before, and then oh no, I forgot. I have to have the ball's the thing that matters, not me.
Yeah.
It must be like a college thing. Like I know there's different rules in college, like going out of bounds and everything.
I don't know, because even like in like a decathlon and shit, I know different sport, but like you still gotta hold the fucking whatever dildo thing it's called.
Which reminds me, Courtney, fuck you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it was about you.
Yeah, it was about me.
Oh,
she decided to talk about my penis. So you have to check out the video if you want to see the rest, but. It was a hilarious video that Courtney shot for us. So check it out. It was a nice little weather update where she looked at it and she goes, "You know what has inches? Pee-pee. You know what else has inches? Snow." Joke. I remember like 2 years ago.
Inches? Snow has inches.
Joke. No, it's funny because you had posted a couple of jokes like that like a couple years ago where you had posted like about the real inches, not PP inches or whatever.
This is my mainstay joke. I have to post this at least once a year, especially when we're having a snowstorm. It's, hey, we're expecting X amount of inches, real inches, not penis inches.
Exactly. and then you see like 50. I saw like 500 people do the exact like. I heard it was 12 inches and we only got 6 or we only got 4. Ha! It must have been a male weatherman. I'm like, guys, stop. It's the same joke over and over. That one, and there was another one recently that I was making fun of on my page. That people were doing. I can't remember, but I'm like, people keep regurgitating the same like 3 jokes on the internet lately.
Well, because that's what they know.
People want to be funny.
Yeah.
They want to be funny.
Yeah.
They want to. You can't be us, guys. You can't. You're not Jordan. You're not a Jordan. You have to be a Jordan to be funny.
This is true.
That's why Michael Jordan's so funny. Michael B. Jordan?
He's kind of funny.
He's kind of funny, right?
He's
Montel
right.
Jordan?
He's dating Steve Harvey's daughter, so right.
Oh yeah. That's wild. You know.
It is wild.
Put on the board how many people dating my daughter. Michael B. Jordan. Fuck. Fuck me. Shit, he's hot. Damn it.
I mean, they're gonna have some pretty babies though.
Yeah, that's true. She's cute. Honestly, I was very surprised at how cute Steve Harvey's daughter is.
Yeah, I mean,
she's
with
young,
forehead and teeth, just like you would expect.
She didn't get the mustache.
Never mind, not gonna say this.
Michael B.J. Jordan.
Throat goat.
The throat goat. She's the new Nancy Reagan.
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan could run for president. I think I'd vote for him.
You think so?
He's so popular with women that he'd already have the women vote immediately.
I want him. I want to reverse time, and no offense, and shout out Chadwick, but I really just want him to be Black Panther. I think they're
gonna make it. Did you hear that he's gonna be in the new movie?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I heard he was going to be like you know how they have like in Star Wars they have like the Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in this show they have that tree.
And, that
was really cool. And I guess he's going to come back.
Well, yeah, he would be in the ancestral plane, right?
Well, I wondered if he would because like you just get to go there even if you're like a bad person.
Yeah,
I mean I realized that you can interpret what he did in like he's just doing what other people had done to his people forever, but at the same time, like, does that make it okay? No. But it's justifiable, but it doesn't make it okay.
I don't know. I agree with Killmonger, and I also agree with
I stand
Thanos.
Killmonger.
Like, I also agree with Thanos. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that snap was this. I mean, I haven't seen a better Bennett snap since Legally Blonde.
Snap saved lives.
That's what they should have done, is have Thanos go and snap and do the whole bend and snap. That would have been fucking lit.
Ooh.
How's that not already a meme?
I know, right?
The bend and snap, and it's just like Thanos, and then that's it. We're gonna post it on the page later. Nobody steal that.
Yeah.
Nobody steal it.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I was like, Thanos for president.
We had this discussion, and you didn't agree with me on this before. You were like, "No, Thanos was just ultimately bad." I was
He
like,
was.
No.
Yeah.
He was trying to. It's greater good, man.
It depends which thing. Okay, so
Look, if you're gonna sell out, you sell out for yourself. See what I did there?
here's my thing though. Like, I don't think Thanos was. There's two different ways to look at it. First off, we're talking completely MCU. We're not talking comic books, because comic books, Thanos was completely wrong. He was just trying to impress a bitch.
Yeah.
The whole time he was just trying to impress. You know that, right? Like the original Infinity Gauntlet was all about Lady Death. He was like, I want to get some pussy.
Yeah,
so
it was a gift to her.
Yeah, and she didn't care. She was like,
that.
turn her head towards him like, nah, bro, you ain't getting none of this.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what he did, and he kept trying to do things and ratchet it up, and then thought he became a god because he's like, I have godlike power, I can do whatever I want. Right. And so with the Thanos in the MCU, he was trying to erase half the life on the planet. But the argument there is, okay, in a million years or 1,000 years or however long, it's just going to happen again, because it's not like anybody learned a lesson. You got rid of half the people, half the population. The populations grow. Yeah. So it's really just a stopgap. Like, is he going to do this? Is he going to come back every million years and be like, guess it's time to snap again? Like, it's a bad plan.
Yeah, maybe. See, I think maybe it needed like more of I don't know. Maybe he just needed to be more like Hitler and just be like, "Let's get rid of these people." Like,
picking and choosing.
Yeah.
Well,
he was still wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, maybe Thanos should be. You're like, I agree with Thanos, and you're like, well, maybe Thanos should be more like Hitler.
Yeah.
Somebody got those two together.
Yeah, I did that. I
did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah, this is the moment I get canceled.
See, for the longest time, speaking of canceled, for the longest time, I was always like, let's do The Rock as president, Joe Rogan as vice president. But now, Joe Rogan's in trouble because people have cut together all of his N-words. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan will just run as a Republican now. It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, so it'll be Dwayne Johnson versus Joe Rogan.
Dude, I want to see that MMA match. I bet you Joe wins. Rock's huge, but Joe knows the whole.
I mean, yeah. Joe has trained forever, but God, man, now The Rock does this shit. Like, I don't see The Rock like CM Punk in like a fucking UFC debut.
It's a pretty good argument, because I think maybe Joe just can't get him down. I mean, he's got a big ass. You can't really choke a neck if he doesn't have one.
Yeah,
The Rock doesn't really have a neck.
No, not at all.
How do you choke out a guy? I don't know. That's pretty funny, because
you choke out a guy that can only look 45 degrees this way and that way.
He has to turn his shoulders, look around. Hey, what's going on back there? He can't. In a tight space, he's stuck because he can't turn his head enough.
This is why he's always asking if you can smell what he's cooking, because he can't even see.
You smell what I'm cooking? Seriously, I have no idea what's going on. Has anybody seen my food? I can't find it. He's just that dude's so buff. Like, between him and Mark Wahlberg, the two of them are like insane with their like workout regimens. They get up and they're like boom boom.
Also, shout out Dwayne Johnson. You were my fake imaginary dad growing up.
That's baller.
I love you, pops.
Yeah, I didn't know you were Hawaiian.
I took the Rocky side.
You could pass. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
take the rock.
Yeah,
not the Maivia.
Yeah,
a little more rock, but a little less Maivia.
Yeah. Rocky Johnson could have been my granddad.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen him. Yeah, he does. You guys both have the same type of fro. Take the blonde out of there.
Yeah.
He did have didn't he have a nice little fro like that? Like, very similar. Mm-hmm. I love that style. Honestly, I'm digging that.
Thanks.
It almost look like you look a little bit like Marv from.
I'm just lazy.
What's it?
Don't
Alone?
fucking do this.
He looks like Marv from Home Alone. He does. You do have. Oh, now you're gonna change it, aren't you?
Now I gotta change my fucking profile picture back to Marv.
Change it back to Marv. You did have it as that for a while, didn't you?
I did, because somebody said, "Oh, he kind of looks like Marv."
I didn't even think about that. It's probably like a subconscious thing. You posted that, and then I just thought of it. Yeah, but the blonde is what does it. Without the blonde, I don't think.
Oh fuck.
I'm excited, man. Your
hair
changes so much.
This is the moment I shave. This is it. This is the moment I shave it all off. I go crazy.
That makes you feel any better. My hair's insane right now. I need to see your girl, because I wasn't sure. I was thinking about growing it out. I could be like a Karen, like, hey guys, let me see the manager. like that. I got like an emo style look to it. I've got like a Karen style look to it right now. So like,
yeah,
I'm not doing much better here.
No, you look like somebody's. You look like the dude from Office Space that.
Did you make him the stapler?
The stapler
Did you
guy.
make him the stapler?
He's in the stapler.
Dude, he was just in the new Boba Fett series. The actor Stephen, can't remember his name. Stephen Wright? It's not Stephen Wright, is it? Maybe correct me in the comments because I know you will. But he was just in the new Mandalorian playing like a water hoarder. Like not Mandalorian. I keep calling it the Mandalorian because the last two episodes have been Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched that?
Yes, I caught up. All right, I watched the. I think I might be caught up, or I might be like one short because the last one I watched was really Mandalorian heavy.
Yeah. So did you see one like that or two?
One like that.
Okay, then you need one more.
Okay,
and then you'll be caught up. Well, the season finale is Wednesday.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
I'm so I like TV verse. I just I am so sporadic on shit. Yeah. Like because I'll sit there and I will binge watch shit like old shit just for no reason. Like a couple weeks ago, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna binge watch fucking Seinfeld." So
I know. I made that meme for you. The one on the page.
I know. I loved it.
This is all for Jordan.
Yeah. I'm so convinced that like we could do like a modern like update like Seinfeld like revisit where it's just about we could honestly like just
make it a drama.
Completely bite.
I think we make it a drama. The funny thing is, because like, did you ever see the they did that trailer for the Fresh Prince, the new version of Fresh Prince, and it was like a drama, and Will Smith loved it, and then they adapted it into an actual. It's actually coming out. They're gonna have a new.
It's coming out after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But it's gonna be like drama. It's not gonna be a. I think there might be funny parts, but it's not a comedy. Yeah, they made it into like a modern drama. I know.
Why are the millennials making everything so sad?
Because do you think
stop making this shit sad?
You can't find somebody as funny as Will Smith in that.
I mean, no,
it's impossible.
I don't know. We're pretty funny.
Yeah, we are pretty funny.
They need to discover us.
Will Smith is special, though. I really think he's one of those special talents.
He was my second father. Yeah. Behind the rock.
He was your older brother.
Yeah,
your mentor.
Maybe like. Yeah, maybe. Well,
you can't have two dads. Oh, I guess you can. Never mind.
It's America. I can have as many dads as I want.
You just have 50 dads.
Don't dad shame me.
Don't dad shame me. Don't dad shame me.
Just because you're holding on to the one that went away for some bread and fucking cigarettes.
Daddy! No, Jim Turnbull made him disappear when I was little. Remember?
Oh, yeah. It's a shame he doesn't do that trick anymore.
I know. I'll come over to my house. Do it for me.
Can you reverse it?
No, just kidding. Sorry, Shelby. She'll never watch it. She'll never watch it.
Issues.
Yeah. That's funny though, man. That Joe Rogan thing has got me fucked up because I've been. I feel like half the people that started podcasts because they watched Joe Rogan at one point. Were like, "This is fun, man. I'd have a good time doing this. Like, just cutting it up, talking to people."
I genuinely did not start podcasts because of Joe Rogan. I do appreciate his work.
You started because of the other guy, Adam.
Adam Curry.
Yeah, you were a big fan of his.
Yeah, well, he's literally the pod father.
He's the pod father.
Yeah.
He made pods possible. Joe Rogan made him popular.
Yeah.
Possible and popular.
No lie.
Yeah.
Plus, I discovered podcasts because of wrestling, as of everything, right? Yeah. So, like...
all roads for Jordan lead back to wrestling.
It's true. So, okay, so, when you think about something, apparently, it causes these grooves in your brain, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my brain's really smooth, but yeah, keep going.
All right. I feel like my brain is just these... just spirals and spirals and spirals, and it's just wrestling.
Yeah. It's just moonsaults.
Yeah.
Just moonsault grooves.
Yeah. Just all 450s. Just
Speaking of that, last week we had Brian Foster on, who was awesome, by the way. I love Brian Foster.
Absolutely, love that.
But we didn't get a lot of talk about the show and about like what you guys did, what you and Christian, which Christian Cash was great in that show. We talked a little bit about it, but when he RKO'd you, that shit was so good. I mean, I know it probably hurt, but that shit was so cool. Like it really was. You guys did a good job.
I mean, Christian Cash will get his day.
Yeah, he should.
You know, Curated says that Christian Cash is gonna get his day one day.
I gotta go grab my Abe Lincoln hat.
Yeah?
Because I'm Kayfabe Lincoln.
Kayfabe Lincoln. I can't wait.
Lincoln.
Watch out for our new wrestling series coming out.
2022 is going to be a big year.
Yeah.
I'm getting better with my camera and work. I feel like, other than learning how to use a microphone, I got to do that. But apparently I keep forgetting how to turn on the micro. See, there's an extra button. I don't know if you guys, this is actually how we record. But there's an extra button on there that if I press, I have to press it whenever we plug in like an XLR or a quarter inch. And last time we did a promo, I completely forgot to press the button, so it never recorded. So we had to use the room mic, which sucked.
Yeah. You see how we're trying to be professional. We are trying. We are learning. This is a learn as you go. What are we like? This is 36 episodes in.
Yeah, something like that. 30 something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard because my dumb ass decided to start a second season, and so now it's season 2, episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So then you have to add that to like the 29. I think we're at 33 or 34 or something like that.
Okay, cool.
We're getting there.
Regardless, we're like 4 episodes into the new season, so
yeah. We're getting it. I mean, we had Maddie, Alcon. This will be the 5th episode. Maddie, Alcon, the band.
Yep.
Brian, and then us this week. So this will be the 5th episode. So I think that's 34 in all, something like that. It's hard to keep the math. I was wishing that we could have got one more podcast in before Christmas, so we'd be at 30. So I'd always know, but we didn't. We got to like 29.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I can't wait till we hit our year mark. We're gonna have to do something special.
Yeah.
We'll like host a podcast out in like Foster Park or something.
Yeah.
Like and like I don't know.
Or maybe the 30th podcast was the one we did on. We never released the one with Brian and Courtney online. We just all hung out in here. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did a live stream.
We didn't put it on Apple and shit, just because like it's like we know like most of the weird thing about our podcast is we have like we put it on YouTube, put it on Apple, put it on Spotify, Google. It's on all the places.
You can find it everywhere
available. But also like our audience is mostly built on Facebook, as everybody knows. So it's like when we do a live on Facebook, we can actually probably reach more people. But obviously, like, we want you guys to come over to YouTube and see us because, you know, the more platforms you have available to you, the more things you can do. And then, like, YouTube's also just, like, a cool platform because you can, if you pay for the premium, you can put it on and then walk away, too. And then come back and watch the video and then walk away and come back.
Yeah, so eventually when we do sell out and we put ads on this, you won't have to listen to them because you'll have YouTube Premium.
Yeah. This week, brought to you by Naloxone. I'm just kidding. No, this is Narcan. It's Narcan.
Narcan nasal spray. No. It won't save you. It'll just give you 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Legit.
It's legit.
Legit.
Yeah. If something happens, like shit happens, then you know what to do. No, it's funny, man. That the amount of weird things that have happened this week, like with the blizzard and like we've got the thing about like here's the thing about that I love about local events like that. Okay, so like the blizzard happens, there's a huge weather event. We're all stuck in the house. We're all bored. We're all on our phones. So in my head, it's like this is the perfect opportunity just to shit post memes on the page.
Absolutely.
So like I really enjoy these events because then I can just get to shit post all night.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I just posted 1,000 memes on the page.
It all worked.
Yeah,
Plus, I mean, you had us go out and do weather updates,
which is pretty good.
Again, don't make me do that for 1st of February. Think about
I didn't think about the date. You know,
I need you to think about the optics, man. Come on.
He's out here thinking I'm yelling at him. Toby! Your name is Toby!
I didn't No. My name is Marvelous.
My name is Marvelous. I said Toby. Oh God, that's one of the worst. Like, every time I think of that scene, I laugh. Like I shouldn't, because it's a really important scene in Roots. But like, it also like when I see it, I laugh because I just think of like the bloopers from the Chappelle Show where he's like, he's like whipping him with the
motherfucker, you did it again.
You hit me in the back, motherfucker. That's so funny, dude. It's terrible because like I think that's probably why he stopped doing the show because of shit like that because it like diminished like shows. But at the same time, like, who are those movies for?
I mean,
who wants to watch 1,000 slave movies? I don't. Like, maybe it's the white privilege in me, but
I think those movies back in the time were super duper important because
I agree with that. But now,
yeah, it's looked at a little bit different. They're still super duper fucking important, but like to be honest, I ain't going out to watch Roots because I don't really care that much.
Yeah. Did you cry when you watched Roots or did?
I don't even remember watching Roots.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, to be honest, like full and through. I know I have, but like it's not like. It's not a movie that like stuck out.
Do you lose your black card if you haven't watched Roots?
Do
you think that somebody should?
I was only born with half a black card, so it's okay. Like,
I've been searching for the other half my whole life.
Yeah.
That's I just to me every time there's always a joke. It's always a joke to me like when it's like who keeps making these movies? Like why do we keep like at least like Quentin Tarantino when he makes them they're awesome because then like like with Jamie Foxx
there
seems back
to be more. There's definitely more like vengeful revenge. Like you get something back out of it other than
revenge porn.
Yeah. I mean that's basically what it is.
It is.
Like
with the Inglourious Basterds.
It's weird how fucking just all movies have evolved, right?
Yeah.
Where we went from just a silent type movie type sphere where like everything was like taboo and you couldn't like do certain things because and now we don't go.
There's nothing taboo.
There's assholes on television. Like no, not like us.
Yeah, we should
like,
be on television.
Assholes.
Literally an asshole. I don't know. Have you watched Euphoria yet?
I have.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, right?
I'm caught up. I can't wait till the next show. All right, till the next episode.
Tonight. Well, for you guys, it'll be available, but it comes out Sunday evenings. I think is when the new episodes comes out, right? On HBO Max because it comes on HBO. I think maybe Sunday evenings, and it's maybe the next day it's on HBO Max, something like that. I always watch it Monday.
I watch it on demand. I don't really know when I watch it.
You.
I'm at work. It's at some point, so like
Is Kim not into it?
No, she loves that show.
Does she too?
Yeah.
I watch it with Shelby. She loves it too.
So I had to catch up to Kim because she had watched it and she just kept being, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
The art direction is ridiculous. To me, like the subject matter is all right. Like I'll be laughing at it because there's some really funny things in it. It's kind of crazy. There's so much shit going on in Euphoria. But to me, the music and the art direction and the decisions they make artistically with the show to me are like more important than even the subject matter. Some people might like the subject matter more, but I like the art direction.
The subject matter is the key to the thing, but there's so much because there's 8 different stories going on, and they're all interweave. So.
Did you watch the new one, the huge thing with Cal, where he like flipped? That was the funniest. I'm not trying to ruin anything if you haven't seen it, but it's been a week. If you're watching it, you've seen it. If you're watching the show, you've seen it. If you haven't watched the show, pause this for 2 seconds or move on for a minute. But like that whole scene with Cal was like so satisfying, where he's like. Like I said, forgive me, but he says the F word. The faggot. He's like, I'm a faggot, but you guys are the worst. He's like, I may be a faggot, but you guys are the worst people ever. And I thought that was such, him saying that to himself is like acknowledging how much, like, internal issues he's had. Like, because they set up
him as a character. He was so repressed.
Oh, yeah.
He repressed everything. Or, I mean, not to go too much into the show, but like, the only reason he's in a marriage is because of basically the child, and like because like he had found the person he loved, right, and then
but I think they're gonna have to explore more of that because I mean I don't know if they bring the guy that he loved back or to me it felt like he loved them both.
Happened to him.
I
don't know.
I feel like he might he's the funny thing was he said I kill what I eat or I eat what I kill. I love that. That was like a funny way. It was like such a like a white like Republican straight guy way of explaining gay about fucking whatever you want. It was so funny. It was like they the tone they killed with that whole scene. Yeah, the whole thing. I kill what I eat what I kill. I was like, sounds like a hunter talking about why he eats meat, but he's talking about fucking boys, girls, and in between.
I'm so important. I kill what I eat. Sustainability. Fuck you.
Yeah. I loved it. That scene. I was like, he stole the show. Like that whole. His dick was like. I posted on Twitter. I was like, came for Cassie's tits, left with Cal's dick. I'm like, damn it. Came to watch Cassie's tits again because that girl Cassie on that show, man, she's got some nice ass titties. She got some nice ass titties. You have some amazing New York boobs. I was like, I was joking with Shelby. I was like, she got some nice titties, right? She's like, yes, she does. They're pretty nice, right? I was like, how about Cal's dick? She's like, I don't want to see a dick. And I'm like, oh, okay. You just want to see titties too? Just seeing titties. Just there's so many. That show is basically just.
Dicks are ugly though, so I don't blame.
The only thing they haven't shown in that show is a single like vagina. They've shown tits every single episode. They show tits or dick. You see one or the other. I'm like, why are dicks so easy?
Did you used to run that website back in the day that like categorized boob shots? Was that you?
That was me.
That was you.
Mr. Skin. That was me. I'm this Mr. Skin guy.
I love it.
And New York boobs. No, to me, it's like I got Chappelle on the mind today. I think all the different Chappelle skits. That one was the one with Rogan. Actually, remember he went around New York and he was like, I just want to let you know that you have some fantastic New York boobs. And it was like
he had the fucking French girl.
It was so little fucking handlebar mustache. My brother Jacob used to rock the handlebar.
Yeah,
I got to show you pictures. He actually it was hilarious because he worked as a server at B-Dubs. And he'd wear that mustache, and immediately his tips go up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just because he's memorable. He already has a great personality. You met him. Yeah. But like he also is memorable because he had this cool mustache.
Shout out Jacob.
Jacob, what's up? He bought a CD.
Yeah,
he bought a CD. Everybody buy a CD. That's all I'm saying. Is buy a CD. I mean,
Buy CD or buy a shirt.
Yeah, buy merch.
ProWrestlingTees.com /
This is called the promotional episode where we just promote all of our shit.
You're gonna sell out.
Yeah. You probably should sell all your own shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, the show went great. You guys did a great job at the show. I mean, then this week we had this insane blizzard where we were just trying to get this. To me, like, I kept posting memes because I'm like, I just want the town to go red. If we can force it somehow through our page, it would be hilarious.
I think we came super.
We came close, right?
Super duper fucking close.
I'm like, you know what? I would have put that on a resume in the future, and I'd been like, force my town to go red. I would have put that on there.
I mean, we're pretty self-aware, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our page is very popular for good and bad reasons.
Yeah. Some people don't know what they're getting into.
But don't tell us that we don't fucking care about this town, right?
We do. We care about you.
Because our town should have been red because of safety.
Yeah. It's
just first and
to
foremost.
me. It makes if you've got, here's the thing, and obviously, like, first off, I can't verify any of this, so everything I'm saying right now could be true or it could be false. But what I heard was multiple city plows were in ditches. If that is the case, why were we not in red? That's how I looked at it. Because in my head, I'm like, if your plows that are supposed to be able to navigate the shit, move the stuff, if any of them end up in a ditch, at that point, it either one of two things happen. Either you did drug tests, let's not test that person.
Let's not worry about drug tests.
Test that person, and if you're not going to do that and you actually trust them, then you should be in red. Period. Because, like, there's really no reason for them to end up in a ditch. They're the reason why nobody else is. They're the reason why we're supposed to be able to drive safely. If they can't even drive safely in it, then how the hell are we in fucking yellow and then orange the next day? I'm like, come on, we should have been a red.
Honestly, look, like, the way technology is, right? Like, we already knew it was coming. All of our surrounding counties around us were in red, high alert. Now I know Kokomo's great. We love Kokomo and shit like that. Basically just because we live here and I might be stuck. But
oh shit!
At the same time, like, you can't be like, oh, we're so much better than these other counties, because we know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
We know that's a fucking lie.
The only good argument I had for that, Matty Kroll just texted me and he has a tax documents at his house for me. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at it. So I gotta get my tax documents. But I was like, in my head, the way I look at that is, we should be red. If the counties around us are red and we're not, I kind of a little bit give the town a little leeway, because we are the biggest city in the area. So think about all the counties that surround us. We're the biggest city in the area, which is a good thing and a bad thing, which means we have more resources, which means we have more money, we have more trucks, we're cleaning the streets. My argument, though, to be made is Rushville and Greentown are both part of this county, and there's no fucking way that they weren't in red. They should have been in red. And if you do it based on county, if you have 3 cities in the county and one of them you can navigate okay, but people are still going on ditches, and the other 2 people can't get out of their fucking houses, then you should be in red.
Well, it's not even that. So I grew up in the Heights, right? So we make Taylor jokes and shit like that. But we're still part of the county. But like, no one ever, like, when I was growing up as a kid, and I'm sure now, no one ever really plowed out there. It wasn't taken care of. Now 31 was taken care of to an extent, but like, if you can't get out of your fucking, like, complex, make it make sense.
That's what the thing is. Like, if you got here's the bottom line. We have a big factory in town. Everybody knows the factory exists. There's a huge factory in town. There's multiples of them. They're all part of the same vein, all through line. But we also have to remember that the people that work at those factories have to drive to those factories to work. And if you, I think the big thing is, if you're not in red, or your county where you live is not in red, then you have no excuse to come to work. You could get in trouble. My thing is, if you have 2 ways to look at it. Either you can either err on the side of the company and say, well, we gotta make sure they can get their workers in, or you err on the side of the people. And to me, every single time, it feels like the city kind of errs on the side of corporations.
Well, absolutely they do.
Which kind of drives me crazy.
Which, look. 2020 didn't teach me fucking anything. I gotta take care of me, right? Don't go to work when you're sick. Yeah. Companies are now recognizing that's the thing. Can't go to work if it's not safe out there.
Yeah, seriously.
If it's genuinely not safe for the collective of 6,000 plus people. Yeah. Out of a town of
50?
60,000. No, it's 10%.
Counting 60. Town 50.
Oh, okay, yeah. What 10% of
Yeah.
works in this or in these factories in just one factory,
maybe more,
let alone the other factories.
Yeah.
But like,
and that's just the people that live in this town. I mean, there could be people that live outside of this town too. Yeah,
I mean, you really expect everybody to be out like that and shit like this.
Yeah.
Stay at home. Hopefully, you guys like hoarded all your shit. Everybody got bread, milk, and coffee.
There was no bread at Meijer. We know that.
There was bread at Kroger.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody kept posting pictures of Meijer's bread section, and I'm like, did you go to Kroger? Because they had a shit ton of bread.
Yeah.
I think the day before, and it was like so much stuff.
Everybody be shitting on Kroger. I know.
I love Kroger.
Yeah.
I got no issue. Who doesn't like Kroger? Like, they actually, the funny thing is the meat at Kroger, I'd rather buy the meat there than at Meijer or Walmart.
Sometimes. I'd rather, Meijer meat is sometimes better.
Which one? What specifically?
Like, if you're getting some beef, like, I like Meijer's a little bit
better.
better.
You like their hamburger?
Like, yeah, a little bit better.
See, I'm a Kroger hamburger guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I would, so, like, back in the day when we used to have Marsh was the place to go.
Yeah.
For, like, meats and shit
Marsh
like
did
that.
have some shit going on with it.
Yeah, but we don't have that no more.
Well,
but, like, also, like, if I'm really, like, want some meat, like, I'll get meat from Sam's Club.
Yeah. That's good shit.
Yeah.
They have rotisserie chickens for, like, $4.99 at Sam's Club. Those shits, I'll make so much food with a rotisserie chicken.
I used to make those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's respect, man. Those shits are fucking good.
Yeah.
You used to put them in the oven there, and then
I was a Sam's Club meat cutter, bro.
I'm just picturing you with a hairnet right now.
Oh yeah, hairnet. I had it all. I used to make those fucking rotisserie chickens and these rib joints.
Bro, I got an interview to work at the pizza deli place there.
Yeah.
I came in. I had a great interview.
Yeah.
And then I left and never got a call, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I started working at Mike's Car Wash.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I worked at Mike's Car Wash for 2 months and basically just did training for like the first 2 months, and then I worked like 2 days and I was like, this job sucks.
They fucked up. We could have met long time ago.
Exactly.
And this greatness could have already been done.
They fucked up. I went in. I had a great interview. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say they fucked up.
I got out of the military.
I got fired from there, but so they did fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my fault.
Yeah.
Why I got fired.
What'd you do?
No. I just habitually came in late.
Yeah.
I mean, no big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. Reparations.
Every day.
That's reparations. Black people, here's the thing. Everybody's always like BPT. Everybody's heard black people time. Everybody's heard that. I think that's just reparations. Give it to them. Yeah, black people should be allowed to be up to 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
That's reparations at least. If you're not going to, the government's not going to give reparations, at least we could all give them 15 more minutes. Give black people 15 more minutes.
I mean, something.
Yeah, you need something, right?
I mean, something. Maybe there would be less protesting. Was there protesting in Minneapolis right now?
Yeah, another thing. Minneapolis.
Another thing happened, and you can fill in the blanks on what happened because you know what happened.
You know what happened. It's the same old story.
Yeah, shit keeps happening. Tell me there's not a problem.
It's cold out. Like you think. I mean, I realize that it's cold out, but don't warm up by shooting your gun at somebody. Come on, cops. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get a hot tub.
Get a hot tub. Yeah, get a hot tub. You can probably afford it.
Yeah.
You're the cops. Here's my thing. Like the city just announced. This is random, but the city just announced another cop. Like they just brought another cop in.
Does he live here?
Town. My argument is he's not from here.
Where's he fucking live?
Why do you guys keep hiring people that have no connection to this town? That's to me like he's from Florida, I think, and he's not. He moved up here, and then they give him a job as a cop.
Great.
Number one, he doesn't know the streets. He's not from here. I mean, I guess you can learn them, but if you're not from here, you don't know the streets, you don't know where to go, you don't know what's going on, you don't understand the situation, you don't understand the significance of each area. That's like the biggest thing. And number two is like you have no connection to the area, like so you have no connection to the people. And I mean, you can like tell yourself like, oh, he's human, every human, but we all know humans are pieces of shit, just like any other animal. My biggest argument here is like quit hiring cops that aren't from Kokomo. I don't care if they're from Marion.
That's a thing.
Hire people from the fucking city so that those people have any connection to us.
This is a national thing, and we've been talking about this like fucking thing forever. That it happens in big cities, and obviously it happens here. But yeah, there is a problem with hiring police officers, people that are supposed to serve and protect us, take care of us, that don't know anything about us.
Yeah, or our community.
That should not be a thing. That's stupid.
Just don't hire outsiders of the community to protect the community. That makes no sense.
Wait till we like run for something.
Paul Wyman stepped down as county commissioner. I heard there's a spot open. There's certain people that are vying for that spot. They're tongue kissing babies on the Kokomo chatter.
Yo, can we fill his one spot with the two of us.
Yeah, like we'll both
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah.
Two guys. You get to get two Jordans for the price of one.
Yeah.
Two Jordans, one job.
Yeah.
Isn't that a video?
Look, I have a history, but it's not real.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
I have no history, so I bounce that.
Kind of
so listen. Here's the thing: you get Jordan's experience, you get my clean slate. There you go. Because I have a pretty clean slate.
See,
listen,
that actually works, right?
Yeah.
Like, see both sides.
Yeah, and it's like a yin and yang. You know what I mean? So you just think of him as like early Michael Jackson. I'm late Michael Jackson.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It works. If you like Michael Jackson, we won't touch kids though.
Yeah, and keep me away from, no Pepsi, please.
No Pepsi. Yeah, no Pepsi. Yeah, keep me away from kids and Pepsi. Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's so to me like. It's with the amount of like crazy shit going on this week, because I keep going back to the Rogan thing in my head, because like my entire Twitter feed is just different comedians and different people that have been on Rogan that are like I stand with Rogan, I stand with Rogan, I stand with Rogan. If they pulled Rogan's from Spotify, we're gonna pull our podcast from Spotify, and it's like this huge thing where people are going back and forth.
I got no problem with arguing with like what people say, certainly, right?
Yeah.
But like we do. He and I are basically Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like we don't censor ourselves. We give you this weekly podcast that we've given you for 30 some odd weeks.
Yeah.
And we don't edit our videos generally.
No.
We
At
don't
the request
censor
of guests, maybe we might edit something out, but that's about it.
Yeah, we sit down here for an hour to an hour and a half, and then we just give you some rawness.
And you've heard a lot of words. I used the F word today, the bad one, and you've used the R word.
I've said it before. Yeah,
like we say things because this is real life, and like if you guys don't like it, then that's fine. You don't have to listen. That's the thing about all of this. When it all comes around to like, we all know Joe Rogan has 11 million viewers a week, 11 million listeners, viewers, whatever you want to call it. Okay, he's doing something if he's captivating 11 million people, because it's really hard. It's hard to get 11 million people to do anything, to literally do anything other than eat Tide Pods.
He's not literally telling people, "Hey, go out and use horse tranquilizer."
That whole thing.
And to be honest, man,
Dewormer.
the horse fucking medicine, right? It's medicine. It was created in a lab. It's science.
And it's used, and it has use. It's anti-parasitic.
Just because they use it for a horse doesn't mean it can be specifically only used for a horse, because that's not how anything works. Because you can still eat dog food, stupid.
Oh yeah, and you can live off of it.
Yeah.
I did for many years,
dude.
It's called being in the military.
Fuck. We're gonna get taken off Spotify because we're telling people to eat dog food.
Oh no! Don't eat dog food. These guys said eat dog food. Take them off Spotify.
I just can't wait.
They also use, and then if that doesn't work, then they'll say things that we said. See, that's my big argument with the whole thing. They didn't want, they came after Joe Rogan because of that horse dewormer thing, that ivermectin, everybody knows about that. And they came after him for that, and that didn't work. So then they cut up a bunch of videos of him using the N-word out of context on his show, which I remember when he had a conversation on there and he used it, and then somebody asked him, "Why are you using that word? That's a rough word." And he had basically said, like, I want to be able to say, if I'm going to put that word in your head, I shouldn't be too much of a pussy to say it. He's like, and especially if I'm not using it in a negative context, if I'm just saying the word, which I kind of, to me as a white guy, I guess it always comes back to like my privilege in my head. To me, that makes perfect sense, because like, to me, if you're gonna allude to a word but not have the balls to put yourself into the word, then at the same time, like, you're kind of like obfuscating the blame, and that's how it looks like to me. But I also understand the other concept of it, where like, you probably just shouldn't use it because there's no point to. Like, so I kind of they cut together him saying the N-word like 20 times or something like that.
Here,
which is pretty crazy.
Here, trigger warning, yo.
Yeah.
So, white folks are all fucking up in arms because some white dude said the word nigga. Here's the thing. Niggas are out there dying every day by the hands of cops, and that's what we're fucking worried about. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck Joe Rogan. No, you shouldn't use that word, and I don't give a fuck what pedestal he puts himself on. You don't need to use that word, because there's niggas that actually fucking dying out there at the hands of people that, like, think that they are beneath them.
Yeah.
There's my piece.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. There are people out there right now who have never said the N-word, but they've killed a black person. Mm-hmm. And to me, like, I understand the concept of the word. Like, I understand it as much as I can. Obviously, being on the outside of the word, because the word I understand what it means. It doesn't have the same connotation that if somebody said it to me and then they said it to you, you'd obviously feel it way more than I'd feel it. Mm-hmm. To me, I'd be like, okay. Like, to me, you're dumb. Like, but to you, it might trigger something in your life that somebody said it at a different time, or just in general, like, just the full weight of the word means more to you. Mm-hmm. Which is why, like, I don't feel the need to use it. Like, to me, it doesn't have the same weight that it would have for you. We're both Jordan, but one of us is, white Jordan, and one of us is a black Jordan, and one of us walks through life as a black man, one of us walks through life as a white man. And the funny thing is how many parallels we do have with each other, but at the end of the day, that's still a reality of our lives. You're still a black man.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. I mean, like, look, man, race is a thing. It really, really fucking shouldn't be. But,
it shouldn't, yeah.
But I didn't make it a thing.
But it is.
But I was born into this shit. Like, it's been a thing my whole life because I grew up knowing that I was a little bit different than everybody else around me, right? Like, I grew up here, and not necessarily, I didn't grow up necessarily with a lot of people that looked exactly like me. I grew up with a lot of people that looked exactly like you.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all knew I was weird.
Yeah.
Right? This is
or different.
You're
weird. You're weird, but I don't think it has to do with
I'm weird,
black.
but that, yeah, I'm weird, but that has nothing to do with my race. So, touche. But
yeah,
but like,
but that's your lived experience.
Yeah,
And that's the thing is like I would never sit here and pretend like that your lived experience isn't important, and that's what I think is a lot of people get lost when they're like, well, I don't care about, or I don't care about this, or I don't care about that. And people always want to be like, well, it shouldn't be about that. Okay, it doesn't have to. I'm not saying that everything has to be about race.
Yeah.
But I'm saying some things are.
Yeah.
And we all understand that. Just like some things aren't about, like, okay, so like let's just take the parallel real quick. This will be a fun little exercise just because we don't have a lot prepared this week. We're just talking. We're having a good time. But take the exercise between people who are vaccinated and unvaccinated, and people. They can understand like the feeling of being the other in their head. They're like, oh man, I hate feeling like because I don't want to get vaxxed because I don't trust this because of what I read or because I've already had the virus physically. I don't want to go and get hurt again by getting the because a lot of people get the shot after they've had the virus. They get sick and it hurts them. And it's like it's almost like a PTSD in a way because you already had that sickness that took away your smell, took away your sense of taste, fucked you up, and then they're like, hey, you should go get another taste of that. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. That hurt. I didn't like it. And I can understand that entire concept. But think about that and then apply that to being, just because you're black or just because you're gay or just because they're trans, or apply it to other people and understand that you have a taste of what it's like. Everybody has had a taste of what it's like to be the other in small doses in any way. Some people in large doses. And then you have to understand that some people, that's been a lot of their life has been being the other, especially in this small ass town. Man. Yeah.
People don't get shit here.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're getting better. I honestly think we're getting better. I mean, can we say that a little bit?
I think so too.
As a society?
It does scare me, like when I hear like we're hiring more and more outside like police officers.
That does scare the shit out of me.
That scares the shit.
And I'm white.
And that should scare the shit out of everybody.
It should.
To be honest, why the fuck do you want some people that like don't know anything about this community? Yeah, no. Now.
And he could be a great guy. Let me say that because I don't know the guy. He could be an amazing guy. He could be the best police officer we ever have in town. It's just the optics of it, and then the idea that like he doesn't have that connect. It's to protect and serve. And when you say to protect and serve, that's you're serving a community. If you're from this community, yeah, you can serve it. But But can you really? Can you really?
I can babysit your kids, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And I protect them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he.
I would trust you.
Yeah. He would trust me, but like not my kids.
Yeah, they're not your kids. Do I trust you in a small run? Yeah, but like if it came like if it's like okay, let's say I trust you with my kids, and at the same time like you're watching my kids, and then something happens to your kids somewhere. Do I trust you to stay with my kids during it? Probably not, because they're your kids. Yeah. Those are important to you. You got to get to your kids.
Yeah.
So it's like you can have a babysitter that you trust with all your might, but at the end of the day, grandma's probably better. I mean, even if they're the greatest babysitter you ever had, you're going to trust grandma a lot more because grandma would die for them. Yeah. It's just it's a different type of feeling, and I get exactly where you're coming from with that because like you can care about something, but not like devote your life to it. Like there's a lot of people out there that care about things. They care about sports. They care about whatever, and they don't devote their whole lives to it. And then some people do. You know what I mean? Like and to me, when you're policing the community and you're serving the community, and we give you a gun and we give you a badge and we say, listen, we're entrusting you to protect the citizens in here and enforce the laws that we think are important.
Yeah, as much as like we like to make fun of like food precinct and things like that, you know, dude would have honestly been a good candidate because he's here, he's from here.
Yeah, he likes to be.
He got denied multiple times on being a cop.
I don't know that for sure, but if you know,
that's what I've heard.
Allegedly, I've heard on the street that he tried out to be a cop multiple times, didn't make it.
Well,
it happens.
Look, this is our rumors, and I'm not like, but yeah, the gray guy that you know, allegedly he had tried out for the police academy here multiple times. He's like even tried out up in Michigan and things like that, and then got an opportunity up there. Like I find not that I think that dude would have been a great cop or not a great cop. I don't really know him like that.
Yeah.
I'm just using him as an example, but like, why do we deny people like that? I like that. But bring in people from Florida.
If he didn't pass like the PR, if he didn't pass like the PT test, maybe he didn't pass, or maybe he didn't pass the psychological exams. Like,
genuinely, maybe he was not a good candidate to be a cop at all, and maybe my example is bullshit. But like, I also do know other people that have came from this community that like went to the military, came back, and tried for opportunities to get on here, were denied.
Yeah.
I do know local people that have got on here. Officer Mackey, I grew up with him. Yeah. I think he's probably a genuinely good guy.
Yeah. But you trust him too because you grew up with him. My big thing is like, if I don't find you in the yearbook here, like I should be able to, if you're a cop in our community, if you're a person who we're giving a badge and a gun to and we're saying protect people, I should be able to ask people around the community, hey, what do you know about Mackey? Let's say Mackey, for example. Oh yeah, I grew up with him, man. I went into high school with him. Yeah, he played football. I liked the guy. He was nice. At least like you could say, yeah, I went to high school with him. He was a really nice guy. He treated everybody fairly. He was a good person in the community. And then you say, okay, cool. I probably will like the guy. But when you say this guy's from Florida, he could have been an asshole there. He could have been a bully. But you know who's doing the background checks? Some person in a fucking office in the city hall building. Are they calling people from high school saying, "Hey, is he a bully? Does he pick on people? Does he have a complex where he likes to be in charge?" I mean, they do a psychological evaluation, but those can only go so far. Some people are really good at lying. We all know that. Like we've all dated them. But I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, like hire people like that within a community. It's like you wouldn't have voted him as mayor. Right, because he's not from here.
Yeah.
It's the same with cops. If you're not from here, you shouldn't be working here. I don't care if you've been a cop somewhere else and you were fantastic. You're not from here. I don't want you to be a cop here. Period. That's how I feel about it. And I mean, I feel like a lot of people are pro cop. We might even get them on our side. I know you're not super pro cop. I don't blame you. I've had many interactions with the cops in my life. I've never been arrested, never anything like that. But the interactions I have with the cops is I've always been talked down to. I don't know what it is about cops. Maybe it's just like I'm a pretty good guy. I talk to people. I talk well. You know, I'm articulate. But I'm articulate enough. I'll talk to a cop. Like I have no problem. But every single time, it's always like they're combative, and to me that's. I understand that they deal with a lot, and you guys can make as many excuses as you want for them. But if you're talking to somebody and somebody's just talking to you and they're not being combative to you, why are you being combative with them? Yeah. It seems like you're trying to egg somebody on. And then when you bring somebody from outside the community that doesn't understand the people around here, to me, it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It is kind of scary if we have not learned lessons from other communities, especially going through the same things like protests and things like that. If we haven't learned, then we're just fucking stupid. And this cyclical thing that keeps going on is not going to stop because that's not how wheels stop. I'm really interested in following Paul Wyman's career from here to see what he does, because either he's stepping away from politics. He's been our county commissioner for what, 10 years? Maybe longer. Quite a while, yeah. I mean, I remember when he ran. I actually liked the guy. When he first ran, I remember my mom and I were talking about him, and we were talking about if we liked him or not. And I was like, man,
I'd campaign with him and go out there with him and do stuff. And I told him I would. He never hit me up. It was fine. But I was like 17 when he was 17, 18 years old, and then I left for the military. But like I was like I like the guy, and then I haven't really had too many bad things interaction with him. He's one of the few politicians that's messaged the page asking us to take stuff down, and we almost did. I almost did, but I consulted with my group, and my group voted it against me, and I said okay. And that's how it was. I mean, the whole situation, the group. I bring anytime we have an issue like that, I bring it to the group. If I can't get 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 7, I don't know how many people in our group. We have so many people. We're like the Jacksons, or like the Wayans. You never know.
Wayans,
Another one just pops out every time. Yeah. We have so many people in our group. But if I can't get a consensus, then I won't delete something, even if I want to.
I can't even remember what we were supposed to what he was asking us to delete.
It was something. It's something Brian made, of course. It was something about. I think it might have been the joke. About,
was it the Greg Goodnight thing?
No, it was a joke. I think it was a joke. If I'm correct, it was the joke about the city and the black curriculum about guilting white kids.
Oh,
remember that?
That one was important.
The fake memo,
yeah.
Somebody made a fake memo. We posted it. I don't know who made it, and I don't even know who posted it. I just know it was on our page, and then they messaged us and asked our page. He had asked us to delete it and said it was divisive. And I was close to deleting it, but then he kept talking. And he said things that I was like, I don't know if I like what you're saying right now, because what you're implying something that's not true into the situation and implying that it's actually doing actual harm. I'm sorry, but a joke doesn't do harm. I mean, it can if you're dumb.
It can if you take it too seriously. But also, jokes are genuinely they're brought out to invoke thought and emotion.
Yeah.
So, like, if we do that, we're doing our fucking job.
Exactly. And the fact that it hit, people were... And it also showed a side of the community that I feel like people like maybe Paul Wyman or some people like that might not have liked that side of the community, because you get to see the people who are upset at the idea of a curriculum that teaches black students there. Because what had happened initially was there was a memo sent out by the city of the Kokomo High School, I think it was, or Kokomo schools, that was like, hey, during the protest, during these times, black and brown students, students of color, people of color, we want you guys to know that we love you, we care about you, we care about, you guys, if you're having a rough time with this, here's some resources we have if you guys need anything. And we just want you to know that we see you and we care about you. That seems pretty legit, right?
Yeah.
But then you have certain pages in town that are super right-wing that helped some of these people get elected, including a lot of these right-wing guys, helped them get elected. That like to come after us because they don't like that we have alternative opinions to them. I think. Yeah. And then they posted that and were like pissed off, and then they gallivanted their people, and all I saw in the shares were so many racist things that, you know what, so when we found that hilarious memo that we posted that was basically like the exact same thing but notched the way they said it was, like where it's like black power, here you go, you guys get to see what it would look like.
That's what you want.
This is what you guys are saying it is. It's not this, but you're saying it's this, so here you go. We do that, and then these same right-wing politicians who were helped to be elected by these pages want to come into my DMs or our DMs and say, hey, can you delete that? It's being divisive. No, what's divisive is the fact that you guys don't call out these right-wing pages or these very specific pages who helped you guys get elected. You don't want to call them out for the bullshit they're doing. So if you're not going to call them out, don't come to me asking me for favors. That's what it came down to.
Look, I don't like most of y'all anyways, to be honest. So my answer is always no. If you ask, hey, can you take this down or something? No.
Yeah. No, don't ask me.
No,
I'm cool with it. Like, we had that, recently I had that Do You Know the Muffin Man post? Super stupid post. Just an innocuous post. I didn't even share, I posted a picture of the muffin thing with the truck. I posted it, the fact that it took up like 6 parking spaces. And then I posted it and then made the joke. And then next thing I know, the person's husband, whose car it was, which I didn't, there was no identifiers that it was these people. Like, I didn't know it was
except
them.
for the fact that you called yourself out.
The man called himself out, and then they made themselves the victim in this situation. I'm like, bro, this is a joke.
You're not a victim.
It's a Muffin Man joke. You guys are mad at, do you know the Muffin Man? Like, it's a Muffin Man joke. And they got mad, came on the page, and then the girl decided that she was going to try to get a targeted campaign to, like, get us platformed or something.
I encourage it. Tell as many people about Kokomo Press and tell them how horrible. Tell them all. Look, The best way to do it, I find, is to tag us so people know where to go, so they know where to, not go anymore. Like, you could also share videos that we have, share more of our memes and things like that.
She shared the merch.
How horrible we are.
Yeah, you shared the merch.
I
That's
know.
pretty
cool. Love the love for ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yeah. It was funny because she shared like 3 different things, and one of them had my picture, and she's like, "This is the face of ignorance," and I was just laughing so hard. And then I went on there, and I was like, oh, I wonder if she's garnered any support, and it was like 6 likes, and it was like, or 1 like, 6 comments, and then she posted 2 more, and then one of them had 1 like, and I was like, who's that? It said Jordan Bell hearted this, and I was like, she's getting nowhere with this, and they were from Anderson, they're not even from here, they don't get the funny thing is, like, we're talking about these cops not being from here and not getting the community, these people are from Anderson, which is like right there an hour east, and they didn't even know what we do. Yeah. So it's like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they're from Indiana and still don't understand the culture of Kokomo. I mean, I don't know how many towns have satire pages like this town. I don't think very many do. This is like a phenomenon that most pages don't have, right?
I've seen a couple. I follow some throughout the country.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot like us.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Imagine if I still had Kokomo Scanner 2.0. Like, that shit would be
We don't need it because we have Kokomo Press.
I know. I'm just saying. There was like 13K, man. Imagine not having to rebuild.
Those 3,000 people just died.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah, we're going to come up on 10,000 likes this year. I mean, we have more than 10,000 followers now, which, some people are too afraid to put the little like on the page because they don't want to be associated with us, which is fine. I like you too. I appreciate you. I appreciate the follow. But at the same time, like, we're about to hit 10,000. We're going to hit 10,000 likes this year.
I'm just saying you should appreciate the grind because we genuinely work really fucking hard for this. Yeah. Especially after, like, the weekend that we had where we hosted, put on a whole fucking concert. Uh-huh. We did the promotion for it. We brought you another episode of the Kokomo Press with a very special new guest.
Yeah.
Trying to bring new faces to your guys' world, new artists to your guys' world. What else did we do?
Well, I mean, in that 24-hour period, like I said, we killed that show, and then we did that. We did so much. I got home at 4 a.m. I don't know what time you got home after the show, but I didn't get home till 4 a.m. because we went to IHOP, baby. You know what I'm saying? Went to IHOP and ate some food.
I got home a little after midnight. I had to watch Royal Rumble. I had to do some review for that because then I had to do another podcast.
When did you guys do that? On Sunday?
We did that on Tuesday morning, actually. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, you're even busier because then, like I'm saying, I was out till 4 a.m. and then I got up at I think we didn't have Brian here till like noon, but I had to be up at 11.
Yeah.
Something like that, 10 or 11. So, like, it was a later podcast, thank God, because I was up till 4. But, I mean, I was like 5 hours deep when we had Brian here. Like, 5 hours of sleep deep.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like people don't... You guys think it's just 2 dudes in a room talking to somebody or talking to ourselves or talking to each other. But at the same time, like, we keep this shit going because we want to keep building you guys something that you'll like that has one hand on the community but also one hand on, like, whatever's the pulse of what's going on. But we also want to bring you, like, artists and bring you guys creatives and bring you guys people who are doing things that are cool in this community and be like, look at this guy, look at Brian, look at Alacon, look at Matty Kroll, look at
Chris Owens,
look at
Scrap.
Everybody. Like, we've got Brian and Wes on here, Davey. We've had so many great we've had so many great people on this podcast. And I mean, that's
what's crazy is that we're gonna be able to look back at this one day and be like, yo, we had guys like Kelly McKinney before, like, really fucking killed it. Yeah. We had guys like Brian before, like it really blew up and shit like that, and like guys like Chris Owens before he becomes a really famous wrestler, or fucking best wrestling manager alive right now is Alacon. Like, we've had all these people on there just waiting, like. Just wait until they all blow up and you guys actually see, like, oh, bro, these dudes are actually kind of like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You guys, we're trying to keep our pulse on. That's the thing about being. I think the main theme of this podcast to me this week is community. Having a pulse on the community, having a pulse on the people doing things in your community. And I mean, our communities can be small, communities can be big, communities can be even bigger. And I mean, we're all part of a world community. We're all part of, like, the world community. We're part of a hemisphere community. We're all part of a country community. We're all part of a state community. We're all part of a county. And you can keep going down to city, and then you have your small group of people that's a small community as well. And then you have your subsets. And I mean, as much as I don't like being put in too much of a box, the truth is we try to bring you the people from our area and people from our community that we think are interesting, cool, fun, and provide something cool that maybe you don't even know about. Some people might not know what Brian's doing, or Alcon's doing, or Maddie's doing, or Chris is doing, or anybody's doing, Kelly. They might not know about this, but now they do, and they might go, even if one guy clicks and says, I'll check out the company this week, and they check it out, and they're like, oh shit, this is funny, this is interesting.
I mean, to be honest, we've been telling y'all that Kokomo's not boring even before people tried shit.
Yep.
That's not a pew-pew unless you take it that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. The thing about it is there's so many... The thing about Kokomo is there's a lot of space. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of cool things. Like, we've got people doing so many... Like we met Davey. Next week we're going to have Davey and Dalton. We're supposed to have Davey and Dalton on a podcast.
Right.
And they have their own podcast from the local community.
Yeah.
And they bring different people on that do different things. That they highlight different artists and different people from different platforms. They've had the guys from the Bobcats on, the Kokomo Bobcats. They've had artists, rappers.
They've had a couple of rappers and artists. And
then they
like
had two really handsome Jordans on as well. Yeah, us. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. So we're gonna have them on next week. We're gonna shoot the show with them, have them on our podcast, and hopefully bring them to you guys so you guys can check them out. But this week, I mean, between the blizzard and trying to recover and everything, like we've had a lot of great things going on. But honestly,
I mean, Tom Brady retired.
Yeah, Tom Brady, man.
He
had such a wonderful career.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad though, because I was really hoping to see Tom Brady play in LA.
Yeah.
Like, just one last time, and then, like, to be serenaded by, like, the streets of L.A., and, like, Dr. Dre, and Eminem, and Snoop Dogg. And,
and that deaf guy.
That deaf guy.
Yeah.
Like, what's...
we just were talking about this before the podcast, but we were looking at the halftime show, and there's apparently a deaf rapper that's going to be performing with Eminem and Dr. Dre and them at the Super Bowl.
I can't wait to hear him, because I think... Well, it'll be pretty interesting. And, like, man, I also wish I was more deaf so I couldn't hear myself rap badly, too. Too soon?
You hear the beat. Like, do you feel the beat? Like, how do you stay on beat?
I'm sure he probably feels that.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm just like, I mean, even if you do feel it, like, I don't know, man. I feel like if you get one beat behind, it might mess the whole song up.
Maybe. I kind of want to hear his flow. I
do want to hear the flow.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid of the flow a little bit because I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to say anything too mean because I got no issues with the deaf community. Obviously, I mean, other than the fact that you can't hear Grey Garden, which kind of makes me sad. I wish you could hear Grey Garden.
He can't hear his own music.
That's true. He can't. Like I don't know what. Like how do you make music? It's like making film and you can't see. I don't get it. I don't. It's like making food but you can't taste or smell. You have COVID.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you eat if you have COVID? Like, do people lose weight when they... I haven't gotten COVID. Did you? You got COVID, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you had COVID. Did you lose weight? Did you eat?
Yeah.
Did you taste anything?
No, I lost my taste and my smell.
Did you still eat?
I try to. I ate the spiciest shit I could find. So that I could try to taste it.
Yeah.
Kind of worked.
Yeah.
It was hell on my stomach. And I probably lost like 10-15 pounds because of
that's
this.
That's what I was wondering. See, I'm like, honestly, like I haven't had. As far as I know, I haven't had it. I took I got the jab twice. I didn't get the boost because they told me I didn't need it. I don't know. Did you go get the boost?
No.
They never told me.
I'm debating.
Did you go in?
It.
I asked. I went to the pharmacy that I got the original 2 shots from, and I said, "Hey, should I get the boost?" And they're like, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 33." I was 33 at the time. I'm 34 now. And they're like, "You don't really know." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Is this like an official thing, or am I just saying just somebody's opinion?" Because I was worried. Like, I wanted to get the opinion of like, do I need to get it? Because like, my big thing is like, I got the shots when I wasn't working, like when I was off for a minute and I was laid off. So like, I'm worried that if I get it and then I go to work, I'm gonna be in pain because that shit hurt my arm.
Yeah.
I hurt my arm. Dang it.
I got mine while I was working, and it wasn't that bad.
No.
I don't know,
some people get hit different.
Yeah.
I got hit with
But
both
then
of them.
I also got COVID. So this is why I'm, like, on the fence about getting a fucking booster. I'm like...
Don't you feel like they kind of lied to us a little bit?
Man, like... Yeah.
They misinformed about what it was, and we all believed them, or at least some people... I mean, half the people believed them. Obviously, not everybody believed them. But I at least took them at their face value, and then you find out that it's not what it was, and you're like, fuck me, dude. Now you guys make me look like an idiot.
Hey, I don't like to admit that, like, you know, that some of the Trumpers were probably right. That hurts me, to be honest. Right? But, like, honestly, like, it does hurt because, like, yeah, okay, I get people died
Yeah.
because of this flu. It did affect people and things like that. But it's genuinely just a flu because at this point, the way we treat it, when you do test positive, that's it.
Yeah.
You tested positive. They're
Stay home.
Stay at home. There's no actual like treatment other than the fact that like you need to like stay hydrated, pump yourself full of vitamins.
But they don't. The thing, most sicknesses, I would imagine that if you got sick and it was as deadly as like we thought it was, or as deadly as they make it seem, like, oh, you have COVID, go to the hospital right now.
Yeah,
like, that's what you would think. But really, what they say is, oh, you have COVID, stay home. Well, see, it's so weird to me.
But see, also, that's what they did, and it caused the pandemic. It caused, like, overflowing in hospitals, people over worried. My family, like, my family household, and even my boys that live in North Carolina, they, like, I feel like we're always constantly getting tested or getting these fucking, like, test things, because if somebody comes up with a cold, you're like, oh, fuck.
Shit. Yeah. Here we go.
We gotta test you.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. And it's just this recurring cycle of thing when I'm like, fuck, man, well, I already know I tested positive once. What's the odds of me getting this again?
Yeah. Like, and do you even understand that?
No, yeah. Like, early in this podcast, we talked about, like I said, I enjoy the fact of, hey, when I'm sick, don't go to work, and other people's mentalities are like that. Companies' mentalities are like that, which is super fucking important. Yeah. Just as much as, hey, when it's shitty outside and unsafe, don't send your people to work. Yeah. But, like, taking that into account, like, it's a lie. Yeah. It's a whole fucking lie, because there's so many unknowns about everything. One, were we lied to about shit? To, like,
yes, okay. I would say this is what I would go with. Let's break down the questions. Were we lied to about some of this shit? Yes, we definitely were lied to, and some of us took it and tried to take it at face value and tried to do the right thing. And then were some of the things that were said by the Trumpers true? Probably. Were some of the things that the Trumpers said wrong?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I mean, it comes down to, like, just because you're right on 1 out of 10 things doesn't mean you're right. And that's my big thing. Like, the cloth mask thing was always, like, a debatable thing where, like, they're like... And then we found out that the cloth mask didn't even fucking work the whole time.
Honestly, I still understand wearing a mask out and shit like that. I kind of enjoy it because fuck people. Yeah. I'm like, genuinely.
Yeah. I don't want you to see my face.
It's not even that. Don't, like... If I'm out in public and, like, fucking shopping or something like that, like... That's stressful enough, to be honest. Like, being at the grocery store and having to deal with all these other people and, like, fuck, what do I need? Because I have this list of 17 things, and then I check this off, and, fuck, is that my kid? And, like, all this other shit, like, I'd rather stay covered. And that has nothing to do with being sick.
That's some of y'all need it just because you don't brush your teeth, so... Wear the mask just because we can tell that you guys... This orange makes my face look more...
Just for optics purposes, never get a black mask with the smiling teeth, okay? Because I don't want to have to explain why not. But
oh my god. Well, I mean, I love this podcast. We've had a good time goofing off, and you guys have to.
It's kind of a throwback episode,
come back.
Right?
I know, right? Yeah. We haven't done one with just Jordan and I in a while because we've always been trying to get guests because we're trying to bring people to you guys. But at the same time, I do like these podcasts where we get to just rant, talk shit.
Yes.
So if you like to talk shit, this is the Talk Shitting podcast. I'll tell you that much.
Also, hopefully, if you've listened to this podcast and you've enjoyed this, leave some comments down below. Yeah. I know a lot of you guys are really good about dropping a couple things, but we like to hear to hear what works, what doesn't work, what you guys like to hear more about. If you guys have people that you're like, yo, you guys need to talk to this person, DM us, throw us in there, or throw it down in the comments. Whatever you need to do. This is all about growing. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make other people grow, and we're trying to.
If you listen to the podcast and you like somebody and you're like, this would be cool if you guys talk to them, that even helps us because then it gets us a thing, and you guys get to hear something cool. It gets us a guest, and you guys get to hear somebody cool that you like. Yeah. I'm down. Or if you want to be on the podcast and message us, just don't cancel. There's a lot of motherfuckers cancel last minute. I don't like that.
These things happen.
Don't get scared. If you want to come on a podcast, don't get scared when it's time to come do it. Don't be excited about it when you think about it, and then when it's time to come on, you get scared. You're like, I don't want to go on a podcast. I might say something that my mama don't like. I don't care about your mom. Nobody gives a fuck about your mom. I'll bang your mom.
Pretend my mom's dead.
My mom was here last night, and she was. I gotta give that high.
I bet your mom.
You met my mom, yeah. You did.
I dig his mom.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's
kind
pretty
of
crazy.
Trumper, but like I dig her.
Yeah, she can be. You can be a Trumper and still be cool.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. I've met cool racists. I'm just kidding. I love you, mom. Love you, mom. Love you, mom. This has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Granger.
I'm Jordan Bell.
We love you guys. See you soon. Hey, thanks for checking out the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Granger. Jordan and I are very happy that you guys tuned in. All of our links are available. We've got YouTube, that's right here. We've got our Twitters. I'm going to put those right over here. And then we've even got like Patreon. We've got Facebook. We've got Instagram. We've got all the places. So please check us out. And merch. We have merch. Check out our merch. Oh my God. We have merch. So if you love the Kokomo Press, you enjoy the Kokomo Press Podcast, or you just want to, help out and do something with us, check out the Kokomo Press on merch on ProWrestlingTees.com. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on all the places that we have available. Thank you for listening to the show. We love you.
Anyways, it's either cult or politics, right? So, like, that's it. I can't wait. You gotta clip this part.